It's not the same as coffee. I miss coffee. I really do. I see it everywhere. And yet, haven't been able to have coffee in the longest time. It's in relation to some kind of body change that I underwent a few months ago. And then recently, I have seemingly had issues with my heart palpitations. I've had palpitations off and on, over a decade. And this is one of the reasons I'm eating some Happy Heart Shapes for this Saturday's fun breakfast cereal. It's definitely fun because they're Cheerios, but in the shape of hearts and O's. Yeah, I could play like tic-tac-toe or noughts and crosses. Isn't that what they call it when you're not from the United States? We do everything different here. We measure in imperial, not in metric. What else do Americans do apart from eat Saturday morning breakfast cereal? And yes, don't worry, I'm going to get to my pixel impressions here in a bit. Gotta wait for the community to arrive. Normally I'm streaming, as I do every day, including tonight, on live.pirillo.com. That would be the Twitch channel. Feel free to join me over there and the rest of the community. Tonight, actually, we're giving away a 3D printer. A full-on 3D printer, like the printer I'm using right now, and the printer, that one that I'm talking about, is specifically this. No, that was a trick question. I forgot, since I'm no longer drinking coffee, to press a certain button that would be required in order for you to see that video. Let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. It worked. It worked. So, I'm not giving away this 3D printer, but Loyal Moses, who basically runs a 3D print farm and is on a ranch, is giving away this model, which is worth like $350, $400 tonight on Twitch, which is incredible. Incredible. Like, if you ever wanted to get into 3D printing, you gotta take advantage of this. It's a worldwide giveaway, by the way. So everybody is more than welcome to join and participate. Drop the lid there. This is almond milk for whatever it's worth, and I think Diana may have watered it down. I even marked this with a C so that she wouldn't drink it. And yeah, the viscosity of this milk just sounds lighter than normal, and it looks watered down, like way watered down. I hate when people do that. I really genuinely do. Like, I don't even want to eat the cereal now. There's no chance this wasn't watered down. Yeah, it was watered down. Why did Diana have to ruin Saturday morning? Oh well. Here I was all excited to dive into my cereal. That's not happening. Look at this. I got a notification on my Pastel 6 Pro. I joke about it, but I'm serious. Like, the only option that you have for a semi-monochromatic experience on a Pixel, unless you love pastel colors, is going with blue. Blue is the only neutral. I don't know if y'all get notifications or if you have it turned on. But, in my mind, these are really trying times for me. Software can always change on a dime, and I don't generally have a problem when software evolves for a good reason. But like in a situation as like today, the problem is the the direction of the software, unfortunately, is going. I don't know. I understand what Google's trying to do with Material You. I genuinely do. The problem is the way they implemented the feature. It just seems like we have less customization than we had before. I'm not the only person to point that out. There was at least one Redditor who said the exact same thing. We used to have all these options, now we don't. And coming from earlier Pixels and testing Android 12 on the Pixel 4 XL, which for whatever it's worth is buggy. Android 12 is still very buggy. Newer hardware doesn't really mitigate a lot of those snags. They definitely need to issue a few patches, and they did last night. Or at least, I got it yesterday, and they pushed out an update. It mitigated some of the issues that I ran into, but I don't know if I've got to let it bake for like another month, another 6 months, another year. Like, it's hard. It's hard for me. I'm just giving you my initial impressions. It's hard for me, and I'm not just saying this because I'm disappointed in the cereal experience because my milk is watered down. That's right. I'm a grumpy old man this morning. Yeah. It's choppy. Not the cereal, the phone. I'm definitely experiencing lag in spots. General system experience is fluid. For the most part, I would say the fluidity is there. I feel that I could try to look past some of its shortcomings, if only because I think the camera output is solid. It's definitely right up there with the Pixel 4 XL. Some shots that I take are more vibrant, sharper compared to the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. But the camera is not the only thing I would need on a device. And it's just having been on an older Pixel, there's nothing about this Pixel that really jumps out at me. Apart from, yes, it's got a smoother screen. Animations are smoother, running at 120 FPS. But I've experienced, like I said, some hiccuping, like on Twitter. Twitter scrolling is bad, like very bad. And I'm suggesting that Twitter, the app, is bad on Android, on every Android device. It is just bad. It is poor. And Samsung has seemingly mitigated that choppiness in one way, shape, or form. I couldn't tell you how, but they've mitigated it. So scrolling in the same app on a Samsung device, that app is smoother than it is on the Pixel. And you could say, well, you shouldn't use the Twitter app. Well, easy for you to say. It's my primary social network. So what am I supposed to do? Ignore everything I see? So for the most part, the word that I wrote down last night is underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed. The software experience doesn't really do it for me. It's not horrid in terms of like the giant capsules, right? It's not bad on a larger screen. It's not my favorite. The notification center, I'm just not a fan of how they implemented the design when you have notifications. I much prefer the way Samsung handles things. Can't believe I said that. I'm saying that more often than not. What's this? New tag collected? What app is that? It's an Android. Okay, this just speaks to the bugginess that I was talking about, right? This is what it says. I don't know why. I didn't open an Android app. New tag collected. Empty tag. This is, like I said, I've run into this. I'm glad it did this. I've run into so many glitches. So many freaking glitches on this device. Lag. for one, and it's more pronounced in certain apps than others. I don't think that's ever going to be addressed. I could be wrong. Like Twitter, you can't necessarily see it because your frame rate is 30 FPS. But I'm here at 120 and it's giving iOS a run for its money. What the heck? I just set it down. I just set it down, didn't touch it, and it... Empty tag, new tag collect... What the... Fart? Okay, look. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna set it down. I don't know what that bug is, dude. But this is the kind of Android 12-ness that I've been experiencing. And the Pixel definitely got it. That's not an accolade, by the way. This is why I'm underwhelmed. This is why, despite the bonuses and benefits, like a quote-unquote better camera, which it's not necessarily a better camera. It's more like better camera output. I know that with how should I say this? It's there are a lot of things to like about it. A lot of things to like. And when you get into it and you start using it and start playing with it, it starts to make sense, but then you run into a hiccup, and then it just it zaps you, like, right out of the experience. So, great camera, fine, when you're using the camera. You know, nice little features. The, I'm going to give you, well, I'm going to run down the list, but I will use the camera. In fact, I used it as for yesterday's inspirational quote. If y'all follow me on TikTok, I also have it. I post it on my Instagram, Twitter, a separate YouTube channel. I used the Pixel with open camera. I may end up trying it with Samsung again differently today because I noticed that the Pixel handled it really well. So that's a really good use case for the camera. But I don't think I could carry the device around knowing that I'm going to run into this kind of sloppiness and choppiness. All right, so now we're going to try opening the app or opening the phone. No, it's back to Twitter. Okay. It was just really weird how the empty tag, and then it's not even there. I never cleared out the task, and it's not even there. I've got like 4 tasks. It's weird. Voice typing is very, very fast. I do miss that about the Pixel. Blah, 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 blah. Almost immediate. And I love that, because I use voice typing all the time. I haven't had too many problems with the thumbprint unlock. Some people have complained about it, but, I registered, multiple fingers. I haven't really run into too many issues. Maybe a couple times. No more, no less, in my humble opinion, or in my experience, I should say, not just opinion. No more, no less than the issues I've run into with the Samsung fingerprint sensor. The launcher is lame. It's horrible. It's one of the worst first-party launchers you could ever install. And it's just bad. It's been glitchy for me, for one. 2, not a lot of customization options. 3, the drawer down here where you have all your apps, so you can't actually put them in folders in the drawer. You have to drag and drop them manually onto the desktop and then rearrange them, which some people may love, but it's just like, I need something more than that. And at least Samsung, by way of Good Lock, allows you that deeper level of customization. Just to minimize clutter. So, not happy with the launcher. Not happy with the default, the nav bar experience is all contingent. Oops, spitting cereal on my laptop here. It's all contingent on. Let's see here if I can show you. Dude, it did it again. New tag collected. Empty tag. I swear to, I don't know what's going on with this. I genuinely don't. I don't have like any wacky app installed or anything. Let me open Chrome and show you. Yeah, I'm going to change that. So like Chrome here, we've got I don't know what site I'm on, but like, Chrome is choppy on every platform. But at the bottom, you can see the black. There's a black bar. The nav bar at the bottom is not transparent. So this is an area where Apple's done a better job with the turd bar, or even third-party OEMs like Samsung or OnePlus allow you to hide the nav bar, which makes it much nicer, especially when you're like task switching. It's cleaner. I'll get to the task switching too, but it's just it's different. Like depending on how the app implements the nav bar experience, and it's jarring. It's not clean, and so I'm not very happy about that. I've complained about that. They don't let you hide the nav bar. They should. Task switching experience. So I learned by way of Samsung's Good Lock, even though it's done by Samsung, but it's like unofficial in the Galaxy store. When you install it on a Samsung device, you can change your task switching menu. So you can change them from full on screenshots to little chiclets to little like capsules. And I like the capsules because I'm just looking for the app name. And I'm not looking for a screenshot, right? And so I can quickly get to what I'm looking for, as opposed to going flip, 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 big, everything taking up the screen. And honestly, the task switching is annoying now on the Pixel. It always was, but even more so when you have a better experience on an Android device that works better in terms of software. The bottom line for me is that I will use it. I will continue to use it, but I'm not sure I could switch from the S21 Ultra to the 6 Pro. Sorry, the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra to the Google Pixel 6 Pro. I don't think I could do it. I'm not sure I could. I'm not sure I would want to. I mean, there's nothing. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with. I mean, inherently, like just horribly wrong, and I gotta send it back, and there's no way. I feel like I can accommodate it. I feel like I can, I feel like I can use it. I feel like I want to use it. Like I'm going to use it. Figuring out where I'm going to use it is now the onus is on me. I mean, certainly having the sorry for knocking the mic there. And I'll get to your questions here in the live chat in a second. I plan on using the photo, the magic eraser thing, which is like it really works well. I'm like, oh, that's kind of surprising. That's surprising. I mean, it's not perfect, but for a quick fix. You may notice the difference, with things, but other people might not. Yeah, the Midnight Smith, here's the problem with third-party launchers. And this is why I can't use third-party launchers on Android anymore. Google has fallen short of supporting third-party launchers well. Any third-party launcher. It sucks. They don't care how it looks, right? You can get a million different ones, right? It's about the performance, and specifically two things happen when you use a third-party launcher on Android. Whatever third-party launcher you're talking about. One, there's a touchscreen lag that's introduced. If you exit an app too quickly and try to swipe up to get to a drawer or swipe around, that swipe is miscaptured. It doesn't register. That's one annoyance, and it happens with every third-party launcher. The second annoyance is specifically on the Pixel, the task switching menu doesn't allow you to exit out by tapping. So, for example, let's log in here. If I'm in the task switching menu, now I'm using Pixel Launcher right now. I could tap up here, and it goes back to the home screen. So I could tap away. You can't do that with a third-party launcher on Android 12 anymore. It's a bug. And every bug that was registered by third-party launcher developers has gone ignored. So I'm not sure how well Android really supports third-party launchers anymore. I kind of had to give up the idea of doing a third-party launcher. So I just can't go that route. But I was very happy with the Samsung default launcher. I feel that it's ample. It does everything that I need it to do. And honestly, the fluidity of the Samsung device shocked me. I'm very much looking forward to One UI 4. That's right around the corner. They're entering final beta stages now. It doesn't really push any perf updates to my knowledge. And it's more just visual aesthetics and smaller changes under the hood. But very much looking forward to seeing what happens with the camera output in the S22. I'm more excited for the S22 Ultra than I am to possibly switch to the Pixel. There's nothing about the Samsung experience, minus, like, could the camera output on the Samsung device be better? Yes, in certain situations, low light situations, absolutely. It's horrible in low light. I don't like it's not as sharp as I would like it. It's not as I'm more of a Pixel fan for camera output than I am, or photos or whatever, than I am a Samsung fan in terms of how it renders a lot of the photos. But they're both good. But there's nothing that's inherently driving me away from Samsung, despite it being Samsung-y. I mean, I ignore all the apps that are on there. I can get around all of them. On a day-to-day, it just doesn't... It works and it gets out of my way. Every once in a while, I do see lag. That happens everywhere. But not in general... not in my general experience. Could it be better? Yes. Will it improve? Hopefully. But are all the issues I have with the Samsung Galaxy Ultra enough to push me away from it to a new device? Not unless that device had a better software experience. And I'm telling you, the Pixel, I almost said 4XL, I'm so used to saying it. The Pixel 6 Pro does not have a better software experience than the software experience you can get on a Samsung device today. Period. You can do a lot more on a Samsung device. Like, and I don't just mean with baked-in software, right? Like these trinkets and widgets and everything. Like, I mean, hiding the nav bar, for one. Like, that's one thing that you can do on a Samsung device. You cannot do that with a Pixel. It's not even possible. Someone asks, what do you think the main issue? Why software seemingly become less fluid across the board in most platforms? Laziness, complacency. I can't speak to that. I applaud them for continuing to try things, but it could be a few things. One, they're not paying attention. That's for one. Two, it's not a priority. And I say that because, everything about this device is like, hey, check it out. We've got a new chip in here, and wow, 3 lenses now, and look at this screen. So it's all about the hardware, right? And that's what gets elevated, and that's the conversation that gets elevated when this software gets sidelined, because if reviewers don't talk about it, it doesn't get attention. It just doesn't. So you hear everybody talking about these small specs as if that spoke to the overarching experience of the device. And no, it's about hardware and software, and they leave software out of the equation. It's a little too little for me. I'm just not. I'm not even whelmed. I'm honestly, I'm underwhelmed. Completely underwhelmed. Like, not even. My head's already gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm going to switch to this. After using it for, a few hours, I'm like, yeah, it's just not, I don't know. Just small things add up. Like I said, design choices that Google made in software that I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. Oh, no. I said too much. Man, let's see here. Trying to decide if I want to send my Pixel 6 Pro back and get the Galaxy S21 Ultra, or hold on to the Pixel until the S22 Ultra. Interesting. So you must be thinking the same thing as me, Mango? And by the way, thank you for becoming a member just now, Mango. I really appreciate that. So you feel the same way as I do. That's interesting. You can't select multiple apps from the drawer to move them to the home screen either. You have to move one at a time. I mean, once you get it set up, it's fine. It's just there are glitches after you get it set up. Like, sometimes in the Pixel launcher, like when you're swiping or whatever, you're opening an app, an icon will stick. Like, and you can't get, when you're on the launcher, it's just stuck there. You can exit out. It's there. It's permanently there until you reboot the device, like wherever it got launched from or moved to. Like, it's really glitchy. Could it get fixed? Yes. Will it? Possibly. But it's just these small things add up. And then you have to look at, well, do you like how the notifications work? Do you like how the notifications look? And I think that is just, to me, it's the look and feel of the notifications that just don't, it just doesn't do it for me. I'm not hopeful that's going to change, but I'm just not interested in that change. And I'm willing to change. I would be more than happy. In fact, I was very much, maybe that's why I'm kind of disappointed, is I was very much looking forward to moving back to the Pixel. So I just don't see that as happening. Notification center is much more colorful on a Samsung device. For example, like I've got a couple notifications, like a persistent weather notification, and right now it's the sun. But even here, you know, you can see the weather, the full weather. But the notifications, the regular notifications, like it just uses this weird icon. Like someone had commented on a YouTube video. That's the notification I got. And that's not the app icon. It's not the color of the app icon. And then when it disappears, it's monochromatic. These are small design changes or design implementations, I should say, that Google has done. I increased the amount of animation speed. I go at 0.5 across the board in developer options. You miss your Note 20 Ultra. This says Mengo, one of our members, says Samsung split screen is so much better too. Yeah, that's my feeling. Samsung split screen, everything's just more fluid on the Samsung device. Way more fluid. And not just powerful, but fluid as well. Maybe that'll change with Android 12L. I don't know. I would not say the only downside is battery life. No, that's not the only downside. I don't think you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention to the software shortcomings, I think you're missing out on the entire Pixel experience. The Pixel experience has always been good software matched by okay hardware. Well, now you've got really decent hardware matched by software. The design, the implementation. So here's an example, right? So this is a notification. It's just so beefy, and it's beefy. Like over here, you got the snooze button. That snooze button could have been elevated, right? It could have been elevated to be in the lower corner of this, I guess let's say right aligned from this comment, right? This is one of the later YouTube comments, and you're saying, "Oh, Chris, that's not a big deal." Really? Imagine if you have multiple notifications stacked up. Like you don't get the density of information. Just seems to be different. I don't know. Maybe. I suppose if I did some measurements, I'd say, okay, this is what they're doing. They're right aligning. They're doing this. They're making this. They're doing that. I don't know. There's just something about it that's just bothersome by comparison. It crops images and notifications more dramatically than the notifications being cropped on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. On the what? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't really give ratings for devices. It's not my thing. Hey, if this is your choice, that's awesome. I say more power to you. I'm just letting you know my initial impressions, and they were almost immediate. And the more I use it, the less interested I am in using it. Like I'm just like, yeah, meh. And this is the thing, man. When I've changed devices in the past, I know pretty quickly, like, okay, I think I can get into this, right? It's more fluid, or it's faster, or it's more responsive. I'm done talking about third-party launchers today. There's a problem with all third-party launchers on Android. If you don't see the problems, congratulations, but they do exist, and that's why I stopped using third-party launchers. They're problematic, all of them, because Android is no longer optimized for third-party launchers. Google's certainly done a horrible job with it, and they're not going to fix the problem. It's working as intended. They don't want you to use a third-party launcher on their device. Even if you get past the launcher problems, you still can't get past system issues. Can't get past the lag that you're going to experience on a Pixel device with certain apps. You can't get past the nav bar messiness. You can't get past how they're managing notifications and the design implementation of those notifications. Everything that I use in a device, I'm just like, it doesn't tick any boxes. None of them. This doesn't, it doesn't do it for me. The camera is the only thing that it's just like, I like the camera a lot. In fact, I'll be doing two upcoming videos about the Pixel, right? I'm going to be doing photo comparisons between the Pixel and the iPhone, which I already can tell you the iPhone is going to blow the Pixel, or I'm sorry, the Pixel is going to blow the iPhone out of the water. And then we're going to do comparisons between the Pixel and the S21 Ultra. Tomorrow, I plan on shooting live on Twitch the comparing the S21 experience with the Pixel experience. And I think, I mean, it's entirely possible that any of these things could be mitigated with a software update. It is entirely possible. But the problem is, I can't just wait around to use a device till it has better software, because it may never come. Like, for example, Twitter. Twitter's been this way for as long as I can remember. It's not good. It is choppy. So I use Twitter all the time. And so why would I intentionally damage my experience by switching to a device that is demonstrably, at least in those respects, less fluid than the one that I'm currently using? When the frame rate's fine, you'd be hard pressed to see the difference between the two. They're both equally as snappy. I don't know what the specs are, but like they're both equally snappy. Prime Video, Lag City. Hey, Blaze2K, thank you for becoming a basic geek. Really appreciate it. You're more than basic, you're advanced. Hope to see you on Twitch sometime, too. Hope to see you all on Twitch, if we can. You never noticing the issue? Well, big fan. We all know that you've got a certain bias. So, you're just like everybody else. Everyone's got a bias. You reminded me I needed... Oh, I wanted to open Prime Video to see how it scrolled on... Do I have it? Yes, I do. Am I logged in? Oh, wait, no, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm logged in. Yay. Okay, so... After watching a download... Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, so... It's juddery, but it's... Samsung's... I mean, I wouldn't consider this a problem. There's some snags, but not like copious amounts. Twitter's far worse. No, this is... I mean, on an older device, it's going to scroll, like, horribly. I'm not sure. Do I have it? I know I probably have it here, but I'm probably not... Yeah, I've got it, but I'm not logged in. Oh, don't need to be right now, I guess. Yeah, slightly more choppy on the 4XL. Not that I think this is a benchmark or a true benchmark, but it just speaks to the general experience. Yeah, even going up after it's cached, there's something going on with the sampling rate, or how they're managing it. But it's definitely more juddery. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the apps that you use don't have the judder, you're fine. But if it's the apps that you use, like, it's gonna be a problem. Like, it's all like it's like it comes down to filament, right? On the 3D printer. I just made me a Vader Marvin. You realize the Mac M1 doesn't support 120 Hz or 32 BenQ, a 32-inch BenQ display. Oh, nice, Aaron. Yeah, it doesn't. It should, actually. The external... I mean, I know nothing about... I mean, can't speak to... Remember, I work for Intel. I can't really speak to an M1 and what it can handle. Directly, at least. You should be able to power 120 Hertz on external displays, no matter what you connect it to, though. Because that's the capability of the monitor, the hardware. It may get better with a faster device. You know, more CPU, or more GPU. Yeah, you could be pretty well off. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the 120 Hertz implementation on the ProMotion display on the new MacBooks. There are problems, and if you have one, I happened to catch the thread. If you have one of the Macs or the Pro with a ProMotion display, your scrolling in Safari is capped at 60, and fluidity throughout the rest of the operating system is not as clean with ProMotion as it is on an external display. Or can be on an external display. One thing you could do with scrolling, that's pretty jarring, especially like in Google Chrome. To mitigate that, you have to turn off scrolling inertia in your system preferences. Just FYI, whether you're using a mouse or a trackpad. Twitter, not as bad on my Note 20 Ultra as it is on the Pixel 6 Pro. That's what I'm saying, Mango. Like, the Samsung devices seem to mitigate the chop differently, which is good. I mean, that's an accolade. That's exactly how they should handle those kinds of shortcomings. Samsung handles it in a way that it's smoother, but it's a different kind of, like, as opposed to chop, 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 like, very much like iOS chop, that the Pixel 6 has. There's a lot of Android chop on the Pixel 6. But the way Samsung handles it is it does, and you can see this in Photos. If you go into Google Photos, this is another app that I would use all the time. Give me a second. That I do use all the time. If you go into Photos, there's some amount of judder, but not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's horrible. You know, as it's caching. But when you run into a ton of it, what happens on the Samsung, sometimes it'll jump. It'll do a smooth jump, but it'll go down and it'll kind of bounce like this, but it's smooth. So it's a different kind of chop, but it's like they rewind it and then go down again. So I think that the smoothness in that transition is less jarring on a Samsung device than it is just having the animation frame just drop altogether. Yeah, so I've filed bug reports on this stuff, and I got tired of filing bug reports because inevitably they told me, yeah, it's not going to get fixed. It's not a problem. It's working as intended. I'm like, good to know. Good to know. You know, do I have a problem recommending this device? No, I don't. I really don't. I think that Google is, you know, they're trying. And they're pushing the envelope. I think their photo output is almost best in class. Especially like low light photos. I haven't even had a chance to try a lot of the gimmickry, like the motion photos, like where the blur thing. I mean, those are really cool. I like those ideas, and I genuinely like what Google has done with the output. And I think if you take a lot of photos, then and you're on Android, I think the Pixel is fine. I think if you don't pay that much attention to software, and let's face it, 99% of the Galaxy doesn't, and 99% of the Galaxy doesn't pay attention to the hardware either. I have no problem recommending a Pixel 6 Pro over a Pixel 6, if only because of the high refresh screen, which works, and it's fluid. It is it is fluid. It's snappy. It's fluid. I would say it possibly, I mean, it's just as snappy as Samsung. The problem is Samsung introduces animations that don't exactly adhere to system animations, which is frustrating. But I would say that the Pixel 6 Pro is just as fluid, if not maybe slightly more fluid. This is difficult to explain. In terms of system operation, the fluidity on a Samsung device, once you sped up animations, is just as snappy, is just as fluid. It's clean. It's snappy. That's the thing, is I have not had any snappiness issues with the Samsung. So switching over to a Pixel, it's almost like a bilateral move. Like, it's like, okay, well, I was running just as smoothly as I was on another screen, or just about as much. You know, it just depends on what app you're in, right, or what you're going in and out of. And so finding that sweet spot is there. Like I said, it depends on your use case. Completely depends on your use case. You're debating, Blaze2K, one of our members, says, debating whether to sell, trade MacBook Air, drop $2,000 on the new MacBook Pro, drama surrounding how Apple handles 120 hertz. Have me question it. You should be I mean, I'd pay attention to that. I really genuinely would. And I feel, after using a Surface at 120 hertz, Microsoft and or Windows handled that better than Apple's handled ProMotion to this point. I will say this. There's probably some software fixes coming down the pike, you know, to potentially patch or address. You never know. I would not recommend any device, though. I can't recommend devices That's one thing I gotta be careful about. But like, even though I said, yeah, would I recommend, if someone said, I really want to get a Pixel, yeah, get a Pixel then, right? If that's what you want, get it, right? There's no, like, nothing that should be holding you back. But that's a general recommendation. Don't jump into something on the promise of what it might be. Jump into something, and I've been saying this for decades, jump into something when you know what it is. Would I prefer the 13 Pro Max or the Pixel 6 Pro? You must be new here. You must be very new here. That's okay. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you. We'll catch you up to speed. You may want to watch a few more videos here, and you can. I post a new video every day. New tech video, really. I'm also live on Twitch every day. You can join. Oh, yeah, that's Twitter. You can join me there if you want. Blaze2K says just showing support. Thank you. Appreciate the content lately. You don't have to read. P.S. I do try to join you on Twitch when I'm not busy. Dude, Blaze, you gotta... I know, it's hard. It's really hard. But tonight, you gotta do it tonight. Tonight, we're giving away the 3D printer. Speaking of 3D printer, that's what I want to do. I want to slice a new model here. We're giving away a Prusa Mini Plus on Twitch tonight. So, if you always wanted to get into 3D printing, that's probably the best one. Let's see here. What other... Oh, I'll do a Trooper. Is that a first order Trooper? I can't tell. Slicing now. Error. Okay, that's not good. Alright, can't repair it either. Alright, let's see if this screws up the printer. Famous last words. Alright, I'm gonna print a Marvin. Used to leave my stream open. Wow. Well, you can now leave it open in the evenings. Be happy to hang out and be your voice in the evenings. I'm live every night at 6 p.m. on Twitch. Oh, you already have a 3D printer, but it sucks? Yeah, I'm telling you, go Prusa. We've had 3 people join. Well, actually, JP from HP just followed about 10 minutes ago. I'll give you shout-outs there. I'll probably never do a 24-hour stream again. Streaming every evening on Twitch has been amazing. It's been way better doing it there than the 24-hour stream ever was. There are different engagement features that we can do. Like, for example, when someone cheers, 200 bits, I'll eat a candy corn, because candy corn's disgusting. So I got my candy corn bucket. So basically, if you did a super chat, $2 or whatever, then I'd eat a candy corn. That would be the equivalent. That's probably a Twitch thing. It's the closest thing that we're doing to vlogging. Vlogging is probably not going to happen again. It just takes too much time, and I'd have to figure out how to make it work. Maybe you should follow me on Twitter, because I've posted short videos there, whether clips from YouTube, the inspirational videos that I post on TikTok, and then Jedi sometimes will record a little video and I'll upload it because it's kind of cute. I haven't done that every day, but sometimes she does something in front of the camera that I think is kind of fun, and I put it out there. Especially if she records me doing something. It's kind of a behind-the-scenes thing. Why do lots of YouTubers not want to switch to Twitch? They're comfortable with the platform. They're not interested in live streaming. I've done a few videos on that, and last night had an interview with Pooch, a.k.a. Repcord, from the 3D printing community, and talked him through some of the reasons that he may want to start live streaming, specifically on Twitch, if only for his business. So I don't know if I caught or missed anything in terms of comments in relation to the device. I hope they optimize it better with the next update. Well, Ben, that is entirely possible. I'm not promising anything, because I don't work for them. But it is what it is. You used to watch my old videos? Well, I make new videos. What do you old videos? Okay, that's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I mean, old is fun. I mean, it is Saturday morning, so it's always fun to be nostalgic. I'm going to be watching Saturday morning cartoons after the stream. Gonna have something going on in the background. I've got to process a couple of things too. Hey, Aveline, good to see you. There's one of our best geeks in the community, Aveline French. She's an amazing supporter. She's got a Darth Vader icon next to her handle because she's a geek. You can also find Aveline over there on Twitch. She's there about every night. She's over in India, yeah. So for she stops by when I'm streaming in the evening, but it's morning for her. It's kind of funny how that works. Yeah, if you want the vlogs, I would say you want to peep my Twitter feed for sure. Ever thought about dual streaming to Twitch? Asks one of our members, Blaze2K. Twitch and YouTube at the same time? No, I don't recommend that. Can you do it? Yes. Should you do it? Everyone's got a different opinion, but my feeling is you should double down on one community or another. There are things that we do on Twitch that we can't do on YouTube, and especially through like a third-party app, right? Like, for example, if as I'm chatting, normally what happens, here's a view. It's not gonna work the same because there's no chat and no one's cheering. But like normally I have a picture-in-picture here. But if I keep this view up, then the Twitch notifications show up, which would be really weird because I'm streaming on YouTube. So when I'm on YouTube, it's basically just this view. It's just a plain old view. There's no capagens on YouTube. There's no bits. It's a different kind of culture. There are no channel redemption points. There are no raids. There's no community acceleration. So I think it's a really bad idea to stream in both places. You're better off focusing on either YouTube at one time and Twitch at another, or just going with one platform. I decided to do the YouTube live thing again, but just once a week rather than every day on Twitch, including tonight. Like I said, we're giving away the 3D printer and some filament too. It takes away from the native community experience that you might be able to get. And I'm telling you, once you get into Twitch, you start to realize, like, oh, this is why Chris uses Twitch for his just chatting streams, right? It makes sense. It starts to add up, especially when you're a creator. Like, when you're not a creator, you don't understand anything that I'm talking about. Like, what are you talking about? They're about the same. Like, no, they're not. They're not. Someone reminded me of something that I needed to check out. Oh, you love the unboxing video, Aveline. I'm glad. It was kind of fun. I decided to be stupid and silly because I'm like, people did watch it, but I'm like, what am I going to do with an unboxing video that hasn't already been done before? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to pull up a video with Jedi because, like I said, she's, sharing? Jedi, is it Jedi's camera? Yeah, okay. She has all sorts of different, like, vlogs of sorts.
Here's the full thing.
Here, let's rotate it. So she just vlogs. She just picks up her camera and then she just, like, walks around doing things. And sometimes she makes up stories. I haven't watched this one yet. But, like, she's vlogging. What is she doing? She's just showing random things here. And then sometimes she does singing in her room. You can hear me watching TV in the other room, but, like, this is what she does. So she's experimenting with the camera, and I let her do it. Like, I mean, we let her. I mean, it's just like, yeah, just go record. Like, do something.
Press mute. And now watch.
So it's like you can hear the Clone Wars in the background. She's playing pretend. It's kind of fun. A lot of people didn't like your unboxing video. Well, who cares? Why would I spend my life trying to make people who are miserable happy? Why would I make my happiness contingent on somebody else's? That's not smart. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like me. I really don't. Like, my life, it's going to be what it is despite how many people like or dislike me. I genuinely don't care. I don't need you to like me. I don't need anybody to like me. I don't need anybody to like a video. I appreciate it when they do. I appreciate when I put something out there that is appreciated in return. But Like, what kind of fragile ego would I have if I cried myself to sleep because someone, oh no, someone disliked a video I did? I don't care. I don't care. Genuinely don't. Because I guarantee the people who disliked it aren't interested in supporting the things I do. So if they're not interested in supporting me, why should I care what they think? Why would I turn to someone for criticism when I would never turn to them for advice? You feel me? You feel me on that? So again, those people who dislike what I do are irrelevant to me because I'm not going to spend my life trying to make someone happy. I'm going to do the things that make me happy. I'm going to do the things that bring me fulfillment. I'm going to do the things that I enjoy. And if other people have a chance to enjoy them, you know, at the same time, then that's the boon. Those are the people I want to focus on. So, yeah. No, I get that a lot. Like, what, you know, it's not something you understand until you put yourself out there. It's easy to leave a YouTube comment. It's easy to be critical when you've never actually done it yourself. So I tend to ignore a lot of that kind of advice. Yeah, Sirstus. Hey, it's good to see you here on YouTube. Probably the best outlook. No, it is the best outlook for sure. Ow. I'm growing my facial hair for Movember. I'm growing it early because otherwise this is what it would be like 2 weeks into Movember. So I'm trying to get a head start this year with a beard, but it's starting to get shaggy and scratching. Blaze2K, one of our members, says exactly, just be yourself. If people don't like you, who cares? A lot of time these trolls are just going through stuff in their life and putting someone else down makes them feel better. That happens. That happens more frequently than otherwise. Hey Corey, man, good to see you. Thanks again for being a member here. Don't know if we see you on Twitch every night, but would love to. I'm here talking, or I've been talking about a lot of things. Hello, it's a live stream. Happy to interact. Really? I just got the notification now for YouTube Live? That's great. Kind of weird, but fine. But if anybody has any specific questions about the Pixel 6 Pro in relation to my experience, happy to answer those. You tried Beyond Burgers on my advice and liked them very much. They're good. Very much enjoy them. I told you. Hey, John Stewart. Good to see you. Thanks again for being a member. Really appreciate that support. Very much so. It is, nerds. We're nerds and geeks, right? Well, we got, like, seriously, you have two choices this morning. You could either watch Saturday morning cartoons, because that's the only reasonable thing to do on Saturday morning, so long as you're eating cereal. Or you could sit here and watch me. Much better than it was with the watered down milk. Whoa! Blaze2K upgraded his membership to Professional Geek. And we got a pro in the house. Watch out. More professional than me. I didn't even make Basic Geek. What do I prefer? Pixels or Fairphone? I don't have a Fairphone. I'm not sure it's available in the US, at least right now. I may be interested in taking a look. But for me, if you know me at all, and you may or may not know me, you may or may not have watched me in the past, what's one thing I care about? What's the number one thing I care about in relation to technology? What is it? The experience, right? But what about that experience? The software, right? Performance, fluidity, general go and flow, right? Day to day. I care about all those things. So I can't answer the question if I've never used a device. I have no preference between those two. I do like the Pixels. I have in the past. The 6 Pro is kind of, I'm not going to say too little too late for me, but software choices Google's been making they are different. Do they still play Saturday morning cartoons? Well, John, you have to go hunting for them. I just usually pull up a YouTube video, like old 80s cartoons, and like click, boop, done. Like Schoolhouse Rock, you can watch that on Disney Plus now. I don't know if you knew that. It's funny. Do I prefer streaming on YouTube or Twitch? Twitch, by far. By far, Twitch. That's why I stream on Twitch every night. If y'all aren't following me, head over there. Follow right now. And Urs Wiesendanger. Did I even say that? Urs Wiesendanger? Donger, how do I say your name? I don't know. Welcome. Welcome as a member. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that support. Very happy to have you here. Kids have it so easy nowadays. Cartoons all the time. YouTube Kids. Those usually just adults unboxing kids' toys. Dude, yeah. And that's one of the reasons why we didn't really encourage that kind of thing for Jedi to watch. I mean, she'd watch it for a bit, but, like, Jedi's into live-action tween shows, which is really, like, the sitcoms geared towards tweens. That's her jam. I'm like, all right. Well, the nice thing is, like I said, she'll pick up the camera and pretend in front of the device and have fun with it. And I wanted to continue to encourage that. She's done like cooking videos. Jedi, like, you know, she's just messing around. Like, none of this, a lot of the stuff will never make the light of day. But this is the closest thing that I think we would have to vlogging. Like, sometimes she'll get me in the middle of doing a task. Like, this is me giving her or trying one of those bean boozled jelly beans or whatever. Oh. I pressed the rotate button. Why did it not work? There we go. So she recorded that. Let's look for an onion. Oh, this is bad. So Jedi's recording up my nose. That's the closest thing we get to vlogging. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, speakers on here are pretty decent. I actually like the speakers there. You know, the speakers sounded pretty rich.
Ready?
Yes. Clearer.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Jedi's World.
Yeah, definitely clearer on the Samsung device than the Pixel.
So bad. I can't look.
No, you can't look. You're directing. Oh.
Yeah, a richer sound on the Pixel.
Not right now. I gotta save these.
I kind of like the speaker on the Pixel a little more.
So, now talk.
This is Bean Boozled, so Jedi wanted me to either eat liver and onions or cappuccino.
Yeah, I think. That's interesting. I kind of prefer the Pixel sound. Sounds a bit more rich. Just got a Red Magic 6R phone. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Never even heard of it. Corey, yeah, tell me about it. There's not a lot of things that I can. I mean, I can't get every devices here, unfortunately. There are a few that I would want to try. I'm debating. I'll probably wait for the OnePlus 10 Pro. Because like I said, I'm looking for that flagship type of experience. I'm not sure if I was just a Pixel lover and lived, eat, slept, and breathed Pixel. I would probably love the current Pixel, but I don't. I think it's still immature. It'd be difficult for me to. Yeah, that's a problem. This Marvin definitely did not have a good time. Yikes. There's some adhesion issues. Big time adhesion issues. Whoa, holy cow. That really got messed up. It was saying it was gonna have a problem. Now I kind of wonder if I need to try it with a brim. Because I think it loosened from the plate. Gadget Beard says, in regards to your Pixel problems, if you do a factory reset and do a clean setup, don't back up from an old device, it eliminates most of the bugs. That would surprise me. 1, 2, I'm not as interested in doing that. 3, it won't mitigate the Twitter jank. So many vlogs to watch from. Oh yeah, I did so many. We did a lot. I think I'm going to reslice this and give everybody a reminder we're giving away a 3D printer tonight. What do I think about the displays? They're the same as far as I'm concerned. I think the response, it feels like between the two, you know, just a quick, you know, kind of swipe over. Samsung animations or the Samsung transitions may seem, or they do seem like maybe a little less choppy, but not by much. Like, but negligible, like the difference between the two. pretty. I would say they were about. You couldn't tell me, like they were different. They feel the same. It's more towards a gaming phone. Oh, that's probably why I've never heard of it. But I don't follow smartphone news as much. And we definitely can't get Xiaomi products here. How good's the refresh rate? Well, it's 120 hertz, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the new standard, which is great. I've been waiting for the 120 hertz to win. Well, I'll put it to you this way. Let's go over and test UFO. Which app? I'll just open it in Chrome. Test UFO. Go over to test UFO. The Pixel, 119, 120 FPS. Browser stutter detected. Ready? Okay, now it's smooth. Smooth 120 FPS. We're going to go ahead and do the same over here. Test UFO.com. Here we go. Syncing 121 FPS, 120. Okay, performance. There we go. Ready. Yeah, 120 FPS, 120 hertz. Pixels per frame. Oh, actually, this is interesting. Let's see if it's got the same. Oh, interesting. Yeah, they're the same. 8 and 960. In terms of pixel per frame, 8. Pixels per sec, 960. Okay, yeah, everything's equal. So in terms of responsiveness, they're about the same. Can't really tell until you see this. Like, if you try test UFO on your screen, then you'll know. Give it a go. Yeah, everyone's looking for something different. That's kind of what it boils down to. And that's why it's always difficult to say, oh, this is the best for this or this is the best for that. I mean, there's some empirical values, right, that you could play to, but ultimately, like, someone could try the same device and prefer one over the other. It comes down to preference, which again comes down to what you want, what you would use, what you see. For basics, like I said, Diana, I think, wouldn't have a problem with it. I like having Diana on the Pixels because I know it's about as straightforward of an Android experience as anything. The refresh rate is your biggest pet peeve? Yeah, kind of mine too. I've become a refresh rate snob. I got 120 hertz screens over here. I mean, granted, I could go to 144, but the difference is negligible in terms of price. And the screens are nice. So it's like 120 FPS on device or nothing. Like, once you go 120, you cannot go back. It's one of those things. Like, pretty much every one of the devices I use now is 120. I mean, in terms of like computing types of devices, minus my smartwatch, right? Which I talked about the other day in the TLDR video. Mango says, you're probably just being picky. No such thing, Mango. There's no such thing as being picky. But when you're not using dark mode, the solid notification shade looks weird and you don't have any notifications. I'm probably just used to seeing see-through shades. Yeah, maybe that's the thing that bothers me, the aesthetic. Like, so I've got, notifications here, and they're kind of piled up. And I'm not going to say I have the same amount of notifications here, but let's say here. So, like, here's the, the lock screens, right? Let's go ahead. Let's close that. Okay, so we've got the same amount of, Samsung caps at 4 notification dots, which is fine. But I like the Samsung time is bolder on the always on display. And then when we cascade out, hang on just a second. When we cascade out, I feel that the black notifications against a black background look far, it's just my style, right? As opposed to the bubbles. The bubbles drive me nuts. I don't know. It's not, It's not my thing. Do I have... Let's see here. Here's... Oh, I can show you. Give me a second. Maybe? Can I? Oh, I must have cleared away that notification on this screen. I was going to show you how one notification looks and how the other one looks, but unfortunately I must have cleared it away. Someone tagged me on a post. I don't know why. Oh, okay. See, I got a notification here. I must have replied to it. On one, I seem to be getting notifications faster on the... or different notifications on the Pixel than I am on the Samsung device. So it's like I'm missing notifications. Okay, that's a little concerning. See here, is an example. Look, so UFO test, right? Look on the Pixel, right? So I got the nav bar. This is a perfect. This is a great way of showing you. You can turn off the nav bar experience on the Samsung device, and you can't on. You can see it. You can see it right down there. You can't turn it off on the Pixel. So it's bizarre. By the way, I'm using Samsung browser on the Samsung device. You can use Samsung browser on any device. And the thing about the Samsung browser, at least on the Samsung device, is that you can hide the status bar. So you get slightly more screen real estate on a browser tab on the Samsung device. Samsung Internet Browser is the smoothest browser anyway on Android. So, hey Scott, good to see you here. I know normally we're over there on Twitch. Hope to see you again tonight. What's night and day, Blaze? Are you talking about the nav bar, or are you talking about the ability on the Samsung device? You can in settings on like as soon as I scroll down, right, you can see the title bar and all that stuff. But like in scrolling, like it's immersive because you can hide the status bar, and in the Samsung Internet Browser, you can hide everything above you on the Samsung device. The Samsung Internet Browser that runs on. Let's go over here. Let's exit out. I've got it installed here. Really? I thought I had downloaded it. Didn't I download it? Oh, it's called Internet. Unfortunately, Internet here... Let's go to Test UFO again. Just because, you know, we can. It's using dark mode because I haven't toggled that setting on here. But here, actually, let's do it this way. Give me a second. Let me open settings. Go to labs, and then use website dark theme. Back. There we go. So on the Samsung device, this is the same browser. Or sorry, Samsung Internet, which is free on Android. This is the beta, doesn't matter. But on the Pixel, the same app, you can't hide the status bar. You can drag down, you can hide the address bar as you scroll, and again, you can't hide the notch bar, well, the bottom notch, right? The turd bar at the bottom, the status bar. That's one of my complaints about Android on a Pixel, is that you can't hide this. And to me, it takes away, because it takes away from the experience. Same browser, two different phones. Samsung, it's immersive, and I use the browser all the time. Just as smooth on both. Same one on the Pixel. So, I don't know. That's one of the ways to explain the differences. Being able to hide the nav bar and just enjoy the webpage and be immersed in the content. Didn't even realize I had the option available to me on my Samsung. Really? Blaze? Oh my god. Like, it's the first thing I do is like, off. I dig through settings. I'm like, what can I toggle? What can I change? What can I tweak? And Samsung has all the goodies. In fact, if you've Blaze2K, if you've not yet downloaded Good Lock on your Samsung device, you are missing out. And I argue that this is Good Lock. It's free on the Samsung Galaxy Store. Download the modules QuickStar, Home Up, and then there's a third one that I use, One Hand Operation. Those three: Home Up, QuickStar, and One Hand Operation. Like, those are absolute must-haves. Like, must have. they've got other things like Sound Assistant, Edge Touch, Notice Star. I mean, they got tons of things. I don't use Bixby routines though, so I like I said, I don't even take advantage of half the things that I could do on a Samsung device. Hard to focus on your voice with the music in the background. Just you, Lux. Yeah, I try to keep it try to keep it interesting. Some people, I love the music personally, and the music shouldn't be too loud in comparison. Haven't tried Good Lock. Oh, dude, Good Lock is a must-have on any Samsung device. It's an absolute must-have. See, that's what I'm saying. It's difficult to even compare Android to iOS because they're just it depends which Android device, how long ago, like what version, right? It's I don't know. I don't think I can switch to the Pixel. After spending time with it, I just don't feel. How do I deal with messaging folks between Android and iPhones? I don't. Well, here's the thing. I just message people wherever they are. I use Discord. Hey, you want to get a hold of me? Get a hold of me here. Right? Twitter. Like, I just use Common Ground. Like, what's the point of using anything else? There's so many messaging options. It's like, you're not locked into one way of messaging. Let me put it this way. I'm not locked into one way of messaging. So I tend to go towards the middle. You know, what's the common ground? What's something that I'm always going to be using? What's something that I'm always going to have? What's something that's flexible? Discord's not perfect for every scenario, but I'm just saying. Any heating issues with the printer? Dude, hang on. This did not... I thought I did a brim on this. Did y'all not hear me say I was going to do a brim? I swear I did a damn brim. Yeah, the brim. It's right there. How is it not... There's no brim. Okay, this is a little disconcerting. Having adhesion issues again. We're gonna try it one more time. 0.2 mm brim. Maybe I need to do a raft too. Maybe it's not slicing correctly because there's an error on that first layer. Okay, we're trying it again. Thanks again, everybody, for joining and becoming members. Really appreciate that. Okay, let's see if it lays down the brim this time. If it doesn't, I'm just going to give up on this particular model. And of course, you're all welcome to join me on Twitch every night. Looks like we got a couple new followers. Sinclair67 and Chibakaka. Thank you for following over on Twitch. Remember, tonight we're giving away a 3D printer. Heating issues with the Pixel. I guess I haven't used it extensively to know, like, oh, it's going to be a problem. Let me say, I also don't like the back button. I don't like the display. I don't like how the back button renders in gestures on the Pixel. It's not as, in my humble opinion, design-wise, like, I can change how it looks on the Samsung device, right? Either side on the Samsung device, and you can't do that on the Pixel. You can just change how it looks, right? Swiping over, and it looks better. I don't know. So it comes down to design. Where can you hide the nav bar on the Samsung device? It is, if you search settings for, let's see here, where would it be? Let's go to settings. Display, navigation bar. And then, where is it? More options? Where is it? Somewhere. Oh, gesture hints. In your navigation bar settings, go and look for gesture hints. Because it says show where to swipe up for navigation gestures. You can also swipe left or right across the screen. I'm pretty sure gesture hints is. Yeah, gesture hints. Turn that off. Then it's gone. Gesture hints. That's what you want. And you can't turn that off with the Pixel. Haven't used the Pixel long enough to tell you there's a heating issue. I guess people have complained about battery life. I'm not sure that would be a complaint of mine right now. I do need to charge it. It was overnight. It's at 22%, but not a big deal. You missed me? Really? Well, thank you for becoming a member if you did. You can join if you haven't already. I'm just trying to plug in my... Dang it. Usually this is not a problem. There we go. Ah, come on. There we go. I also don't like the sparkly... Yeah, I gotta write some of this stuff down. Okay, because I have to do the things that I hate about the Pixel. You're also welcome to join on Twitch. We got a couple new followers over there. Stoneway and Spect. Thank you for following. Here's where you join. I probably could just have copied that differently. Here's where you join the YouTube member as a YouTube member. The Verge did say battery was good. Oh, okay. I'm not interested in the fold stuff, that's for sure. Sorry, I realized I moved something. I have to make sure the speaker stayed tagged. I don't like the lock screen always on display. Lock screen. I'm taking notes. No problem, Jesse. Thank you again for your support. I love that you comment everywhere, even on my TikToks. Thank you for the TikTok support.
Well, this will be...
That's Joel. I'm at 960 followers on TikTok now. TikTok needs a dark mode big time. Yesterday's tip. This is...
People think organization is about perfection, but it's about ruthless efficiency, eliminating stress, and improving your quality of life. Would you rather spend 1 minute addressing a need up front or an hour later when you have to deal with your lack of planning and preparation? Don't waste your time, and don't waste mine. People think organization is about perfection.
So this one, I will say, yesterday's inspirational video, or motivational video, was recorded on the Pixel 6 Pro, and I liked it a lot. I liked it a massive amount more. Granted, I think I did something different for the settings, so I want to try to test it today with the Samsung when I record the quote for TikTok and Twitter and everything. But like,
life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass.
I think I like the mics on the Samsung better, but I liked how the video turned out better on the Pixel. So the Pixel 6 Pro may end up being my motivational video camera thing. How are we doing? Oh, we're a little over an hour. Okay, well, we geeked out a lot. So again, I'm over on Twitch every night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Tonight we're giving away filament. We're giving away a 3D printer over there, thanks to Loyal Moses. And what else? Oh, Liz is giving away some Canadian treats. She texted me too, and I didn't see it. Give me a second. Oh, she sent me a photo. She's always sending me photos. And I never say... I don't like Instagram for this. A little long... Weird. Thanks again, everybody, for joining. As a member, we got a couple new members this morning. Awesome. I'm glad you're able to watch all the TLDR episodes as they get published. How'd I add voice to text? Yeah, it's a captions filter in Instagram. If you go into Instagram stories and you add the video and then swipe up and then select captions, it should work. I like the font that the Pixel uses for that more so than the Samsung device, which again, I know it sounds really weird to just use that this one device for that one thing, but like if it produces things better, then I'm happy. I'm good. I'm glad that I've got something. And the Samsung, it does okay. It's fine. It's been working, the split screen, but if it's better on the Pixel, then that's what I got to go with for that. But that does not mean I'm switching to that device entirely. It just means that I've got one more use case for a device that otherwise would just be, oh, okay, it's laying around. So then I have an opportunity to continue to use it. Did it print the brim? It didn't print the brim again. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah, I don't think this Stormtrooper's going to work. I don't know why. And I sliced it, and I guarantee it had a brim. And there's no brim. It's so strange. Alright, I guess I'm going to do another Marvin. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for joining as a member if you did. Thank you for being a Twitch sub if you are. Very appreciated. Thank you for hanging and being here. Got a few new Twitch followers. Got a few new Twitch members, so I would consider this a successful stream. I'll be back again tomorrow, uploading to YouTube and posting these were my initial impressions, which weren't that positive. And then tomorrow I'm recording the Pixel 6 Pro versus the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, so I have to document that and get that done so that I can record it either tonight or tomorrow. Wait, it would be for tomorrow, so I have to record it tonight. Yeah, otherwise I'll be behind. Okay, so tonight on Twitch, I'm going to record that live on Twitch. I'll have to do that possibly after the giveaway, or maybe I have to do it before, even if it's not live. Sorry, I'm thinking through the things that I got to do. I'm running down my task list in my head, trying to stay as organized as I possibly can. So thanks, everyone, once again. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always.